once this semester, sorry, this week is over, on Monday, the module that will open will give you a list of your group members. Okay. And
Okay.
in that list, you will actually have access to their email. Okay. So email each other, and my suggestion for you guys, and I believe that is one of the requirement. I'm going to look it up. It's not, I'm not sharing that document, but I'm going to quickly look up the midway group presentation thing. And you know what? Let's stop sharing this and let's share that with you, because I'm looking at it anyway. So midway here. So do you see the midway group presentation now? Prompt? Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. So the questions I have, you have to answer 8 questions. One question is, are you in touch with your group members? If a member has not contacted the group yet, please list that person's name over here. So once the week is over, in the new week, I have already created the groups. You will be either in a group of 4. There are a few with 5 students, and there's 1 or 2 with just 3, depending on how many students I have in a section. So unfortunately, some of you will have students who are not active, which means they are in the class, but they haven't been participating actively. Regardless of who your partner is, it is your responsibility, everybody's, to communicate with them, which is, yes, I email them that we're starting this group project, but occasionally throw in another email. I mean, I know they're not going to respond, but still, hey, we are midway, we're doing this, and we're moving forward. You don't have to wait for them. You will keep moving. You, let's say, group of 4, you have 3, you 3 get together, make the decisions, keep moving, but keep that person in touch, keep them updated. But keep this particular assignment, and then there's the peer evaluation assignment. Let me know honestly that that person did not work with you, or that person came in the last minute, or that person just did their work and sent it to you, but was not really a part of the group. Okay. Reason, although this is a group assignment, you will all receive hopefully the same grade, but if I have these kind of students, they will not receive a grade, because you have to earn your grade. Just because I say there's A, B, C, and D in the group, C doesn't do anything thinking it's a group project, I'm just going to get a grade for it. No, you won't. No, you won't, because A, B, and D are going to tell me that C never participated. So it could be that C would get a 0 based on all 3 of you telling me that C never participated, or get a lower grade based on what you tell me, how much their participation was. So you will have to earn your grade, okay? The next question is, what topic did your group decide to discuss? What is the title of your presentation? What is the exigency? Why did you choose to discuss this issue? Who are the intended audience? Who are your intended audience? What is the current attitude of your audience towards the issue? This is a wonderful question, and each one of you has to answer these separately. This is an assignment that every student, see, each student is required to complete this assignment individually. Now, are your answers going to match? The idea is going to match, but I don't want it to match word for word. You know, if Zach is saying something about his audience and their current attitude, and Jennifer's on the group too, she's also addressing the same audience, and they probably have discussed that the audience have a similar attitude towards the issue, but both of you will express it in your own words. It won't be word for word the same. So yes, your central idea will be same, but your wording will be different. So no, it won't be word for word the same, and I don't want to say that. Are you for or against the issue? Provide details, and then list 2 main questions that you want to research about the topic. How do these questions relate to your argument? I'm just giving you 2 questions per student. This kind of question coming up with, what am I really researching? And how does this information relate to my argument, gives you a deeper thinking about your issue, your topic, okay? Make sure you all come up with a different question because you don't want to be doing the same research. All of you get together through Zoom, through GroupMe app or whatever app you guys use, get together and discuss what each one of you are going to do. Divide the work. No one single student should have to do the whole assignment and take the load for the whole group, okay? What is the current argument? Oh, sorry. What is the counter argument against your claim? What points will you refute in your presentation? Provide a works cited for the sources you have researched to use in the presentation. And I think, yeah, list at least 2 sources. So within this midterm or mid group presentation assignment, you will actually provide me a short works cited list in which you will share the only the 2 sources that you have gathered through research. Okay, is that assignment a little bit clear now? Any questions?
I still have 2 questions.
Sure.
Would you recommend us to make a group email thread so that we're all attached to one email string?
Yeah, you can do that. But most of the time students, they start texting each other, and that's fine with me. That's why it used to be that I would be like, how do I know if they're doing their work or not? That's when I created this midway assignment, so I can see that. And there are tools within Blackboard. I have provided those to you, but they're not very user-friendly. And I didn't say that, you didn't hear it, but they're not, okay? So use what works for you. If email thread works for you, that would definitely be a point to start. But also, please exchange your personal phone numbers, your cell phone numbers, where your group members can text you, okay? And please respect your group members' time and effort. They're not doing it just for themselves. It is all of you together, okay? So get in touch with each other, work together. I do get emails saying so-and-so is not responding. I will do the same thing you're doing. I will try to reach them via email, and I will reach them. And the more I hear about so-and-so is not responding, that means points are being deducted from that person's grade because you're telling me your group is working and someone's not. Okay. So what's your second question?
My second question was for regarding question number 4, the audience. Is that pertaining to our group? Because we're all talking about this issue.
So you're asking who is your intended audience, right?
Yes.
I am not assigning you an audience in this case because depending on your topic, you will decide who your audience is. In most cases, it will be just like we did the rhetorical analysis paper. You saw that mostly the papers or articles were addressed to a general mob, but more specifically, they would move towards maybe a more scientific crowd, maybe more poverty-stricken mob. So it'll depend on your topic. I'm not telling you you're writing for me. I'm not telling you you're writing for your peers. You are, depending on your topic, you are approaching maybe the government. Maybe you are approaching authority. So it'll be entirely up to you to pick an issue, decide what your exigency is, and whom do I address this to have the most impact regarding this issue. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Any other questions?
Is there a certain list of topics that we're going to be choosing from, or
no,
what kind of argument you want us to make?
Do you see the group video presentation prompt in front of you right now?
Yes.
Okay, so no, I did not provide you a topic for this assignment, but I'm trying to find somewhere here. That's the due date. I think somewhere here. Let me go over that quickly. I did. Okay, by the way, the first question here, it says your audience, you're creating this presentation for a group of professors and your peers. Use appropriate language and share details accordingly. That would be your most generic audience to fall back at. Okay, no, try to go with the first example I gave. Approach. If I'm writing a paper to change some law, it is not going to be helpful to write to my peers. It's not going to be helpful to write to my professor. Professor Kaur cannot do anything about that law, right? Whom would I address this issue to make the most impact? So I need to change this wording here, but I hope you understand who your audience is going to be. I'm going back to the first student. Unfortunately, I don't have your name, but is that clear to all of you who your audience is going to be?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. So now I will go back to the other question. What is our topic? I did not really assign you a topic for this one, but I said that you could choose any topic. Let's say what it says here. It says, as a group, choose an argumentative topic that you all agree upon. And I believe I give you the option to pick either one of your papers. You know, all of you wrote about a different issue. Maybe when you get together and you discuss, hey, I wrote about this, I wrote about that, and you guys decide, hey, that's an interesting topic. You are allowed to pick that topic and start your presentation or working on presentation as a group on that topic, okay? So it says right here, you can even choose one of the topics you wrote your essay on, and that's just what I explained. So no, I'm not limiting you, or I haven't given you a topic. Generally speaking, you don't want to go back to those topics which I listed as don't talk about these in your papers. If you do, it's not that I will take off points, because I did give you the option to choose your own topic. So it's pretty open. Get together as a group and then decide. Let a beginning part, the starting point would be, these are different essays. You all wrote the rhetorical analysis essay. You all wrote it on the same similar topics. Still, you could go that route too. But your quantitative analysis essay, you all picked a different topic. Your ethical issues topic is different again for each student. So bring those topics together and see if one of those interests you. Imagine 2 topics per person, there's 4 people, there's 8 topics right there in front of you. Some of them might overlap. Now that might be a good thing, right? You have the research, someone else also has that research. Now let's move forward in that direction. So it's up to you, what works for you, okay? Did that answer your question about the topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, I'm gonna try to quickly go over everything. This is the actual prompt that was emailed to you. You will not be allowed to make late submissions for this assignment, which, by the way, for the OPED essay or the proposal essay you're writing, the ethical issues one, you are allowed to have late submissions, and I'll send an email regarding that. But for this assignment, you cannot do that. So as soon as this assignment opens, get together, start working on it, and make it happen, okay? Why group work? You can read this on your own. I'm going to skip that. We already discussed the topic, and your presentation should be well structured and knit together. Each member of the team should analyze and interpret at least one data set or table or graph, okay? If we have 4 members and we are talking, each member has to do at least one. So yeah, at least one, there'll be at least 4 data sets or 4 graphs that will be discussed in your presentation, okay? We discussed audience, and of course it says this would go generic kind of audience, but no, I already explained audience in details, and that's what your approach should be. I had captions. This is a new thing. Let's do it, because this is another requirement by the accessibility department. Remember, even my videos are all supported with captions and even transcripts. So they said that even the students, if you're requiring them to do videos, it should come with transcripts, okay? Just do it, all right? Next is the role for each member. This is up to you. Read these details and divide. I've tried to divide it. That's where I've said, even in the mid-presentation assignment, 2 sources per person, 2 questions of research per person. That way the group is already got their little piece to work with, okay? Together, the group will create about 12 to 15 minutes video. So approximately about 3 to 4 minutes per student. And the project will be evaluated based on these criteria. I am going to try to quickly move forward. You can read those later. And yeah, one thing, actually, I will go read those because that I just saw this and it came to me. So it says that argument claim is insightful and clear. Reasons are logical and developed. Response to the opposition is fair and supported. And for the content, evidence is relevant and appropriate. Evidence is incorporated and used effectively. So although this is a video presentation, you should still, anytime you use data, anytime you use source citations, you have to credit the original source. Now this comes to the point, are you just going to talk and just, I should be able to see you? No, it should be kind of maybe like this, where there is a visual going on. It shouldn't be a Word document. This is not how it'll be. You will have either a PowerPoint or something, and then you on the side, or the least I can say is you on the video with showing whatever way you have to show your visual. So it should be a visual element as well as a you being visible part of the video, and then you talking over the video, okay? So visual is relevant and complementary to the presentation and the design and the delivery, teamwork, all of those, that's actually the criteria we use to grade group presentations. When I say we, this is criteria set by the department, okay? Mode of presentation, you guys are more creative than I am, okay? So pick your own mode. You can Zoom, you can make your videos in Zoom, and if you have an editing tool, you can edit them later. Most students do iMovie, where students can make a clip on their phone and then they can put them together. I think here there's Panopto. This is a tool within your Blackboard. And I think if you go there, it will also give you videos on how to use Panopto and all that. And I've heard it's a very good tool. I haven't used it personally, but if you don't have anything else, use Panopto. Give it a shot. If you don't, if the course doesn't provide videos on Panopto, go ahead and Google how to use Panopto, and then it will give you ideas on how to do that. Okay. Or you can even create PowerPoints with narration and your video. PowerPoints also allow you to do that, okay? How is this a group project? Okay, so these are the details. Because the reason I brought this thing up here, or I put this question here, is because it seems like I have the topic, I am doing my own research, I'm doing my own video, here's my piece, and I'm done. But so how is that group work? It is group work because first of all, you're all going to get together and decide one topic, okay? Then your presentation is going to revolve around one thesis, and this thesis shouldn't be one individual's work. It should be you all get together. And then how will the thesis work? Person A will say, I will be working on these 2 points. I'll be working on these 2 points. I'll be working on these 2. Now together, these points will come together into one thesis statement. That's how it's going to be group work, okay? And then you are all working towards arguing or presenting a proposal, whatever your modem you choose, you are going to work on it together, okay? Your video presentation as well as argument, I'm lost. Okay, should flow as a whole. There should be no choppiness or disconnect that Lindsay just finished presenting and now there's a whole, although the clip immediately appears, but when Krista presents, it doesn't really even match. What happened, Jennifer? I mean, Lindsay was saying one thing and Krista just is not even relating to what Lindsay was saying. So that's how it is a group project, okay? Other elements, how to submit the assignment. Read this also because it's a big issue with Blackboard. Big files are not easy to upload. So let me actually read what have I written here. It says, since Blackboard tends to not like large video files, you will provide me a link to your video. Okay, the link should be made available to me. I should not have to ask you for permission to access your piece. Permission should already be granted. I should just be able to click and open your presentation, okay? You can share your video with me through Google Drive. Make sure you have, when I say Google Drive, basically you'll be providing me the link, okay? Now, make sure you share your file with assigned user only. Make sure you share your file with assigned users only, okay? Yeah. Don't share your work with everyone and anyone. And that's what it's saying. It's because of do not make your files public. That's what it's trying to say. Watch the following video. It shows you how to upload and share files in Google Drive. Okay, now the presentation grade. The final, we're already 8 minutes over. The final presentation will be 75%, 20% will depend on the evaluation comments I received from you guys, and 5% will be your submission of group evaluation form. Evaluation by group members, and then the evaluation form. If you don't submit the form, you will lose these points, okay? And then if your group says you did not participate, you did participate, but there were some glitches and you were not available as often, you came last minute, that's another 20% gone. So you've already lost 25%. Now you have only 75%, but then also I will look at how many times were you reported as not participating when as your group was trying to get in touch with you. That will lower your grades further. If you guys work together, you have all these 100 points to work with, okay? So presentation rubric, and there are some links for your research. These are the same links I shared with you with the quantitative analysis essay. Any questions, guys, quickly?
No, ma'am.